Welcome everybody into the Doe Show on a Saturday evening. We are here for the Still Talking Podcast, episode 34, Wrestlemania 39 edition. We will be joining with the fellas here in a moment. Thank you for joining us. We are excited to be here. Hello, hello.
Hello.
Yo. Hello, hello.
What's up, though, man?
What is up? WrestleMania season is here.
Finally here.
Finally.
The Mania has come back.
I do have a soundtrack for that. Hold on one second. Hold, please.
Oh.
Hold on.
Holding.
I think I do.
Potentially.
Maybe I deleted it? Nope, there it is.
Finally, The Rock has come back to... Still talking?
Exactly. I know you can't hear it, but it's The Rock saying he's come back to still talking.
Oh, I like that. Actually, I just turned it up on because I'm also watching. I got the Switch over here, so yeah, that's freaking dope, man. Heck yeah.
I actually had that last year, I think, and then I just didn't use it.
Very nice. It's all right.
But it's fun.
It would have been more fitting if he actually was going to be there.
I can't believe that he's not. That's crazy talk.
Quite frustrating, but he's a busy man.
No Rock, no Batista. Like this is a WrestleMania in Los Angeles, in Hollywood, and no Batista. Like this would have been the perfect time for him to be in the Hall of Fame.
Same, I agree.
But it happens.
I would agree. It happens.
Well, we will we'll wait for Greenfly to show up here, but I'm excited to get this going. I felt we might need a little bit of extra time, so.
That's fair. I will be very honest. I know we talked about the Royal Rumble being one of the most exciting premium live events / pay-per-views in a really long time.
Yeah.
And then I had that same buzz and feel for Elimination Chamber, Sami versus Roman.
Right.
And I got to give it to WWE because I am even more excited for tonight and tomorrow.
Yeah.
They have done a fantastic job at storytelling. They have done an amazing job of creating new lovable characters and hateable ones as well.
A lot of homegrown. Like, obviously, Brock.
Yes.
I mean, you don't have the Brock, Rock. I mean, you got Cena, but you don't have Brock, Rock, Cena, Austin, Undertaker, and, Goldberg. You don't have those people. You have KO. Yeah, Triple H. You got KO and Sammy and Roman and Cody and the Usos and the females. Bianca and Asuka. I know that not homegrown, but you know what I mean. Like not big names that are coming in. I mean you do have Logan Paul, who is a quote unquote celebrity, but I did see today he has re-signed a 2-year extension with WWE.
He has, he signed a 2. So he did like a 1-year type trial basis, essentially.
Right.
And I'll say this: he's exceeded my expectations.
Yeah,
100%. He really has. He's put the work in. You can tell he trains. You can tell he takes it seriously.
Yeah, I don't know where he ends up. Like storyline wise, like I don't know if he ends up at the top. I think he had that one-off with Roman. And that was about it. I don't think he ends up at the top.
I think that was just a timing thing, a Saudi Arabia thing, honestly. Like, that was, I just think timing-wise, it was okay. It was acceptable at that time.
Right.
But, yeah, it's... And I know we kind of alluded to it when we spoke earlier about the NXT side of things, but yeah, future-wise, WWE's in really good hands.
Right. I mean, you still have your, like I said, they still had. I mean, you have 2 nights to fill for this. So having a Cena there for a one-off, having whatever Edge is considered at this point.
I think he's on his farewell tour, but yeah,
I think this is his last WrestleMania.
Agreed. Yep.
Obviously,
but y'all gotta take into account the injuries, though. AJ Styles is on the sidelines. Riddle dealing with his personal things.
Right.
Randy Orton dealing with injuries. So just those 3 right there are names that are synonymous in the last several years with WrestleMania.
Right.
So, I mean, there's even for the lack thereof of big names. I think they're doing fine, man. Like I'm just as invested in what they're doing. They're doing what I want them to do.
Right.
Wonderful.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, we're not even talking about people like Seth Rollins.
Yeah.
Like that's
Seth
like
freaking Rollins.
Yeah. He's just there. The Austin Theory. He's just there.
Yeah. Seth said it best in his interview one time with Ariel Helwani. And it wasn't a dig at anybody. He was just saying, I'm the ultimate warrior in the era of Hulk Hogan, referring to Roman.
Right.
That I know where I am. I know I'm one of the best. I just happen to be also in an era with another probably going to go down as one of the best.
Right. Yeah, he's a Randy Savage. He's the Ultimate Warrior in the same.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, in that same vein, absolutely. But that's not a bad place to be, though.
No.
But that's not a dig, or that's not a knock against him. Like that's great company to be in.
Right.
Who are we talking about?
Seth Rollins.
Yeah, he's pretty good. He's pretty good.
He's alright.
He's
not bad.
He's alright.
He can do 1 or 2 things.
So are you 2 going to sing along when he starts orchestrating us?
Yes.
Okay. There's only one right answer, so I was just making sure that we're on the same page.
I mean, if he tells me I have to, I have to. So
we don't have a choice.
No, this is true. If Seth says we have to do it, we got to do it.
That's true. He is the greatest, bestest. Exactly.
Exactly. The bestest, greatest.
That's funny.
Exactly.
Welcome, Greenfly. How you doing?
Welcome to Greenfly.
I'm not bad. I was just I wasn't going to be here for like another 5 minutes. I'm just catching the last little bit of the Joshua Franklin fight, which is just ended. So I'm here. I'm ready to talk about wrestling.
Hey, he's here.
He is here.
Do we have a proper intro for tonight? Dennis, how about you?
Welcome.
Episode 34 for WrestleMania 39.
We are on. Welcome, everybody, to the Still Talking Podcast, episode number 34, WrestleMania 39 edition. In my best McMahon impersonation, welcome to WrestleMania.
That was the best you got?
That time of year. That is the best I got.
All right, we'll go with it.
No, I'm not gonna lie. I'm more disappointed we didn't get a Paul Heyman style intro.
Well, that would be criminal for butchering a Paul Heyman.
You don't need to do it. You don't need to do an impression. You just do.
I could come back with a ladies and gentlemen. My name is Ma Dennis, and I am the advocate for the reigning, defending, undisputed Universal Champions Talking Podcast.
I like it. I like it a lot.
Finally, The Rock
247 Greenfly _ 98 Dennis 8. He's not here, but we love him, Jack. Welcome to the podcast, everybody. Thank you for tuning in.
Woo! Talk about an intro. I love it. So we're going to talk for what, about another hour and a half?
We
about
are.
some wrestling.
Sounds good to me.
We're going to talk about the wrestling for about another hour and a half. We do have some sort of plan. That plan usually goes out the window.
It does.
But yeah, let's go ahead and start with what were we starting with?
We are going to start off with our list, or I don't know if we made a list or just wrote them down, of our personal greatest WrestleMania entrances of all time.
Did we all do 10? Did we all prepare 10?
No.
I did 5.
I have 3.
Oh, okay. I did 10.
All right. I'll tell you what, if you want to lead this segment, Greenfly,
you got 10.
By all means.
Yep.
You got 10.
I got 10, but I don't think some of them should be in the top 10. They're just, I really like them. So they're my top 10. But
yeah, I will say...
Yeah.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Greenfly, you're right. This is your personal opinion. There is no right or wrong answer. You will be wrong, but there's no right or wrong answer.
You're absolutely going to be wrong.
I fully expect a couple of these to be questioned. And
I question already that you have 10.
They're low on the list.
Yeah. I actually watched a video of the 30.
Was it the WWE one?
I think it was 30 best WrestleMania intros. I was very shocked at one of them. I'm like, how is that so far down the list? But
I agree.
Because I will tell you if it's on my list.
Yeah, but
I will tell you where I have it.
Go ahead and start it, and let's see if that jogs our memories. What we remember for some of these, because some of them it was kind of cool. Because I'm like, oh, I forgot that happened. I forgot.
Mm-hmm.
So wait, Dumbman, which one are you surprised was so low down? Because that may not have even made my list. Which one were it? I'll tell you if it was, but I won't tell you where.
It was like 20th on their list, and I'll let you know which one it is.
Right. So in 10th, I have Seth at WrestleMania 32 before he becomes the Kingslayer. Mm-hmm. I really like the transition from when he was holding the fire.
Is that the fire one?
Down.
That was
cool. I think they had it at number 30, I think. But I had number 10.
Yeah, they did.
Number 9, I have Dasher and Snoop.
Oh, okay.
It's iconic, it's unreal, and it's Snoop Dogg. What's not to love? I also have Rusev with a tank, which didn't make the WWE list, but is great.
It did actually. It did make their list.
Okay. I didn't see it on that top. I didn't see it on that top 30.
Huh. Interesting.
But yeah, I got Rusev at 8. 7. I have Cody last year. I think that was unreal. Very much of that. Number 6, I have Shinsuke.
Which one?
With the live violins.
Yeah.
Okay. I was gonna say because he has 2 that are really good. The one with Rick Boobs was really awesome 2 years ago.
Yeah.
But I agree, the other one was also top tier.
The live violins is the one I went for. I have Triple H at WrestleMania 30.
Which one?
Is it?
You see Triple H? He's on the list like 12 different times, and I agree with every single one of them.
It's I think is the one that they have higher up, where it starts with him on the throne with the golden skull crown.
Yeah, that's
right.
It's not the one on the bike.
Charlotte.
It's not the one on the bike with Steph or the other one on the bike. It starts on the throne, and it's got 3 women around him. I wasn't.
Charlotte, Becky, and was it Alexa?
Wait,
or no, Sasha?
Is that who they were?
I didn't know that.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I was actually trying to look. I was trying to look to see if I recognized them, and I did.
Yeah,
catch it.
It was 3 of the 4 horsewomen from NXT: Charlotte, Becky, and I believe Sasha.
Huh.
I am definitely. I forgot that's a hotkey to deafen. Bear with me. I'm definitely bringing that up to have a double check though, because I didn't realize it was them. But at number 4, I have the Fiend at WrestleMania 37 with the Jack in the Box and the transition before it.
That actually was not a bad entry. Like it really wasn't.
I think the transition from when he's walking through like the lit up tunnel of like LEDs and stuff, and then to a Jack in the Box and it's Alexa Bliss turning it and. He appeared at the top. I think that is one of my favourites. That is unbelievable. At number 3, I have Taker, WrestleMania 29, where it's all the skulls and hands reaching up to him.
That's one of mine.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason that's one of mine is because that's when Walking Dead was so hot.
Yes.
So it kind of gave you those vibes.
It did.
And that's actually on my list of my top 3.
My number 2 is the C Nation one with the two lines of the 2 lines of Cenas.
Yep. Great pick.
I'm looking. One of them is sorry, I've just got to that point. One of them is Charlotte. One of them is definitely Alexa.
No. It's not Alexa. It's the one you think is Alexa is Sasha.
The one at the front.
Yeah, the short one. Yeah, the one you think is Alexa is not Alexa. That is Sasha. It's Charlotte, Becky, and Sasha.
That doesn't look like Sasha to me. But okay. Like I said, I didn't even clock there was any of them, so I'm not going to argue. Number 1, I think if it's not everybody's number 1, there's an issue. It's Shawn Michaels on the zip line at WrestleMania 12.
Unanimously and absolutely agree 100%.
It is the best entrance in wrestling.
Gentlemen, are you going to disagree?
I'd like to disagree. That's number 3 on my list.
What?
Yeah, that's number 3 on my personal list. No, that's good because but I think it goes more into the whole story of it because afterwards you know what happens in that WrestleMania. The boyhood dream becomes all that stuff. It's number 3 on my list. It's pretty good.
Okay. Well then, I want to hear your list then.
I'd like to hear your list.
I think you've got more than Doman does. So
that's fair. I got 5. So number 5 for me is Cody Rhodes last year. Cody Rhodes WrestleMania 30. Before I do that, let me preface this. I take into account the pop that goes along with it and the theatrics that go with it as well. So there's some that have higher rated that were bigger pop than theatrics, but neither here nor there. I just want to give that caveat. Number 5, Cody Rhodes. Mm-hmm. Number 3, Shinsuke Nakamura, WrestleMania 34.
What happened
again with 4? The guitar solo.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I'm sorry, 4. That was number 4.
Good Lord, we can't count here.
Sorry, no, I cannot. That was number 4. Number 3, Ric Flair's entrance to WrestleMania 24, his last WrestleMania.
That's pretty good.
Goosebumps. Still get goosebumps. Number 2, the Hardy Boys returning at WrestleMania 33.
Oh,
that was very much an honorable mention.
That the feeling I got, that was just perfect. Loved it. Will always go down as one of my favorite, not just entrances, but surprises, returns ever. And then my number 1 is also Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania 12, the zip line.
Is that because it's just the correct answer?
I believe that's the correct answer. Yes,
it is. In your opinion?
Yeah, in my opinion, it is the correct answer. Yes. Yeah. It's a good answer. Let me say this: it's a very good answer. But I do want to hear argument when it comes to Delman's number 1 because I do believe he can at least argue it.
I mean, I can argue it because I can't argue it because it's your personal preference. So I'm not going to argue your personal preference. Number 3 on my list is that WrestleMania 12 Shawn Michaels zipline one, because that was just at the time that was, and then unfortunately a few years later is when the Owen Hart thing happened. So that will never happen again. So that type of entrance will never happen again. I feel, especially in WWE. So that's 3. Number 2 is The Undertaker with the zombie hands. Because, like I said, at the time, that thing was so visually appealing. Because The Walking Dead was so hot at that time. And the entrance was so visually appealing. So I do have that one.
Quick sidebar. The Walking Dead failed to get The Undertaker on in some way in the show. Just putting it out there. Absolutely failed. If there was a failure of The Walking Dead, it was not getting Mark Calloway, The Undertaker, on The Walking Dead. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, that could definitely be true.
Fair. It's a fair.
And number 1 is going to probably, in my opinion, be dropped down to number 2 after tonight. After this weekend. Number 1 is WrestleMania 25. Shawn Michaels descending down wearing all white because you have the Undertaker wearing black, where he comes
Wearing all
up,
black
and you have Shawn Michaels from the heavens
descending from
descending
the
down,
was.
and that's his last WrestleMania, I believe.
Oh,
Because that was the career match.
Yeah, well.
That wasn't the Hell in the Cell. No, because Hell in the Cell was with Triple H. So this was
Yeah, Hell in a Cell,
was the
technically,
career match.
he didn't feature, did he? He just refed.
Right.
Got a couple of super kicks in.
So that's why because I just, once again, remember watching it and just visually seeing it. Like,
it was special.
Because it's like, you know the Undertaker, what he does, and then you see Shawn Michaels just kind of just descending down, and then when he hits the ground, then his music hits. It was just kind of, to me, it was surreal. So that's why that's my number one.
Heaven versus Hell, an angel versus the dead man kind of thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
I completely understand where you're coming from.
Yeah, so that's why just visually.
Absolutely.
And you had the Ric Flair one in there. That's kind of the same thing. Like, this is his last.
Absolutely.
Hurrah.
It was the feeling. It was the nostalgia. Like, no, I didn't grow up watching Ric Flair, but I absolutely knew the magnitude of what it was. Like,
right.
this is the last time I'm going to watch a Ric Flair.
Right.
Walk down the ring at WWE at a WrestleMania. Like, it's the moment thing. It's what WWE always cliche says. It's the moments.
Kind of what I would like with Shawn Michaels. Like, I didn't grow up in the era where Shawn Michaels was the best in the world and missed at WrestleMania and all that lot.
Right.
But he was one of the biggest names when I got into wrestling. So seeing them fall off is
like, well, and
watching Steven Gerrard retire for Liverpool. It's like the passing of a torch.
Right, and
for
you didn't know
changing.
it. You didn't know at the time.
You didn't.
That could have been breaking the streak. You don't know that. So you don't know that that's his last one. So then you add that into it afterwards. So that's why that's mine one. Now, what I believe might be up there is going to be, I'm not sure if it's tonight or tomorrow night, but I'm excited to see the entrance for Edge.
Oh, man.
Because...
The rumors? Yep.
Well, we already know that one person is there.
Yep.
We're assuming the other person's there. It's going to be a Brood reunion with Christian and Gangrel and Edge. And I'm excited to see that.
I will say that's a match I won't let my kids watch just because of the entrances.
Both of them. Both of them.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. Both of them. It's gonna be.
Yeah.
It's gonna be brutal, man.
So that's why I'm excited to see that one. And that's also why I wanted to do this segment before we did the predictions, because
I agree. I like it.
I wanted to mention that because that's why I feel that's going to happen. I think that's going to be the entrance of the day. I mean, you're going to have. I saw that it's almost confirmed that Dom is coming out in a prison van.
Yep.
But
before we jump on to predictions, I'm going to quickly run to the bathroom. I'll be 2 seconds.
They originally talked about him coming out in a lowrider to Eddie Guerrero's music. So, but I think they've changed their plans on that. So, but yeah, I think.
Speaking of Eddie, did you catch the Rey Mysterio Hall of Fame speech last night?
I did not.
Oh my god, it was so beautiful. Oh my goodness, it is a little bit long-winded. Conan's introduction is long-winded. Definitely worth the 30-minute watch.
Yeah. What's up, Pash? Welcome in. I wake up in the morning too and go about my day. Absolutely.
There you go. Absolutely beautiful. Talks about his wife when they were just dating. Talks about the sacrifices she made so he can try to be a wrestler.
Sending him money and stuff. And he broke
down.
Yes.
That just very heartwarming. And I know people got mad that Dom stayed in kayfabe during the ceremony. No, I think it was perfect.
Well,
absolutely.
Did you see? It kind of got a little bit leaked today. Yeah, it was. He was in kayfabe during that, but there's a couple shots of him where you can tell that he was kind of holding back tears.
Oh, for sure. Yes, definitely.
So that's got to be a hard Dom and Ray last night.
Dom and
yeah.
Ray.
So that's got to be hard. That would have to be hard for him to not be able to.
Oh, absolutely. To be there with his
celebrate.
I will say this.
No matter what the storyline is.
Yes, but what's bigger than being there for your dad in the Hall of Fame? Having a match with him at WrestleMania. That is What would you rather do? Okay, impromptu question. Would you rather watch your dad, or let's say this? Let's say you have a son. Would you rather have your son be there for you as you're inducting the Hall of Fame, or share the ring with him at WrestleMania?
I know the answer to this, and it is very much I would rather share the ring because
we're sorry, Pash. We're talking about dad talk.
Sorry, Pash.
Sorry, Pash. Yeah, I 100% would rather share the ring. Like,
if you had a choice, if you had to choose, let me say that. Like, yes, I want both, but if I had to choose, man, that yikes.
Sharing the ring, I think sharing the ring is a more special thing between two people because you can create something truly special. Whereas the ceremony is only really impacting one of you. It's just a special moment that someone else is going to see.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
However, I don't know if this was said while I was at the bathroom. Dom did an incredible job of staying in character during that.
Oh yeah.
He did.
That's what I said. Yeah.
That's what he said. And I said there's a couple shots where you can tell
where he was tearing up. Yeah.
Was that exactly?
Yeah.
I came back. Cool.
Yep.
But I was a fan that they kept it in kayfabe. That was my point. I like that they kept it in kayfabe. I know it had to tear Dom up. Did you see the last second switch? So before, you know who was sitting next to Rhea Ripley the whole time?
Yeah, Buddy. Right.
Buddy. And last minute they switched Buddy and Damian so that they can do the kayfabe thing with Dom, Rhea, and Damian walking out.
Oh. I didn't see that.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yep. Which was, again, just part of the kayfabe. Shout out to Triple H. I know he didn't probably make that decision, and I know they're spouses, but letting spouses of other companies come and still be part of the WWE Hall of Fame, like, very classy. You know, because he could have easily said no. You know what I mean?
Right.
Very
Especially
classy.
if they're going to go with the kayfabe part of it.
Correct. Yes. Very classy. Andrade was there, dressed head to toe.
Yeah. All you know is Logan Paul is fighting. Logan Paul is fighting. It should be a pretty good match.
Logan Paul. Should we move to predictions then?
Yeah. Are we on to predictions? We don't have anything else, right?
I need to open a special spreadsheet that was created.
You can open it. We can go ahead and start the predictions. I think we just run down the order, right? The order that they're in.
Yeah. We do.
We'll just go that way.
I have a special announcement.
Okay.
My predictions.
Mm-hmm.
I have allowed my children to predict all the matches for me. So all these predictions I'm reading to you are their predictions.
Oh, so your predictions were made by your children?
Yes.
I was going to suggest instead of chat, as well as chat, we add a Dennis's Kids column, and you predict alongside your children.
I'm good with that. I'm good with that, absolutely, because I have my predictions on the left side and my kids on the right side, so it's right here in front of me.
There we go. We're sorry about the dad talk, Pash. We're sorry.
Sorry for the dad talk. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm all right with that. Normally we have Rip here, but you know,
yeah,
we can't.
We have chat. We have a chat column. We have.
Now we have the Dennis Juniors.
No, I called it Dennis's Younglings.
I can live with that.
I thought it felt better.
I can accept that.
I need to figure out how to. I work in IT, but you wouldn't know it.
I do 10 error. It's okay, buddy.
Hit share and then whatever program you want to share. So yeah, I think we start. We have to watch that. Okay.
Yeah, do we got to click to watch? Okay, perfect.
All right.
Oh.
Thanks, man.
They're good. Oh wait, I need to keep it up. Right, sweet. I will leave it.
Lord, kind of.
Oh my land, though.
I do this for money.
Can we get that?
What kind of low budget?
Can we get not to be flashing?
Running here.
You trying to
you mean
get seizures going here?
There should be no.
Hey,
what do you mean?
I want to see some titties.
Is it flashing? Maybe it's just flashing on my end.
It shouldn't be flashing. It's open.
It is flashing on my end as well. It's like seizing.
Yeah.
I don't know how. Why is it doing this?
I don't know.
When your mouse, you are.
Is that fixed? Is it fixed?
Yes.
Yeah.
Cool. I can't see chat now. Someone else is gonna have to tell me chat.
All right.
Okay.
We'll tell you chat.
Cool.
So yeah, we do have our official The Still Talking Podcast. I still don't like the T up there. For the
The Still Talking Podcast.
It's Still Talking. Anyways,
It's the Still Talking Podcast.
It's not, but the official Still Talking Podcast WrestleMania 39 predictions, and we will run through them all. And you're still you're blinking at us. We'll run through.
It should be fixed now.
Okay, we will run through them all, and we'll debate a few of them. Some other ones we'll just go through and not even care about them because, whatever.
WWE doesn't care about them either.
Exactly. So, Dennis, would you like to lead us off here with the?
I sure
I
will.
don't have the list. I guess I could look at the list of what the match orders are, but I do know what the first match is.
So the match order that is night 1 listed down and then night 2 listed down is the one that you put in, Dom, and it was listed as official.
Okay.
So I'm hoping it follows that somewhat.
We'll go with that.
Mm-hmm.
Dennis, what say you on the?
So on this one, on the U.S. Championship, John versus all A-Town Down.
A-Town Down.
Admittedly, I'm torn. I, deep down in my bones, want John Cena to win, but I don't want Greenfly to win the bet.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going with Austin Theory for my pick. And for my children's pick, they went with John Cena.
They have to go with John Cena. Yeah.
They have to go with John Cena.
Mark.
Well, I know what Greenfly's pick is, so I'll let him go last.
Has it not followed up? Has it not updated what's in there yet?
What's that?
Can you guys not see what I've typed in under my name? And
I'm
good.
I'm honestly not looking at that, but just because I have it, it's smaller on mine, so I can pull it up on the stream.
All right, cool.
Cool.
As long as it's updating for chat and stuff, I'm happy.
Yeah, there we go. We'll do that.
Cool.
So I am going to go, and I had a little conversation with Dennis about this. I am going to go with Austin Theory for this. I think his time is up. I think Cena's time is up, and I think Austin Theory's time is now. We had this discussion last year at WrestleMania that we hated Austin Theory, and I think he has changed and he's made you hate him more, and I think he is becoming one of those stars.
But in one of the right ways.
I think he's excellent. I'll be honest.
Yeah.
He's very good at what he's doing. I can't pick Austin Theory. I don't have a choice.
Right.
If
you had, I mean, this is just a prediction. It's not a spoiler or anything. So
I do also think that John Cena's going to win. I do actually think Cena's going to win.
That's fair. That's your pick.
Do you think he wins the title?
I do. I think he wins the title. I think we get a couple of, maybe a month of John Cena up and of John Cena US Open championships. And then we go back to John Cena not existing for a year, and it's all good.
All right.
I also think I think Theory drops the title to be pushed a little bit more going forward. Is my main reason.
Do you think Theory has a program with Cena?
Maybe. I think Theory gets pushed into maybe not the title match itself, but maybe gets in and around he's fighting the top dogs and stuff like that, and then maybe wins Money in the Bank and cashes it in a little bit later in the year. But
right.
I think it's time for him to drop the US title and be moved up because his character is excellent.
All right. I think whoever wins the U.S. Championship tonight will be in a program on Monday night with somebody different. And those people are to be named later during our
Yep.
returns
you're good.
Stuff like that.
Yep.
So that's my theory on that. What's the next match we got there?
Do we not have an answer from chat?
Patch was saying he's never seen John Cena, so he's going with Theory. Good answer. Good answer, Patch. You can't see John Cena.
That's
You
a
cannot.
it's a very fair point. Although I would argue, how can Theory hit a man he can't see?
It's also true.
Very true. Touche.
Next up,
match.
we have the men's
Good.
showcase tag team majig.
Yep. Go ahead, Greenfly. Lead us off.
I'll be honest, it's a little bit of this, a little bit of that. I personally have Strowman and Ricochet.
Oh, this is the men's one?
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
okay.
I believe.
Okay.
The women's one is tomorrow.
Okay.
I'll feel that in a second. I'm just for the sake of chat gonna get the list up and get.
Oh, nice.
So the teams are Braun Strowman and Ricochet versus the Street Profits versus Alpha Academy versus the Viking Raiders.
Mm-hmm.
I have.
I'll go next.
All right.
Sorry. I'm also eating pizza. I'm very sorry, guys.
Oh.
I'm going. My pick is the Viking Raiders. I'm going Viking Raiders, and the younglings are going Braun Strowman and Ricochet.
I like it.
We need a heel to win something. I have a lot of faces winning these 2 nights, so Viking Raiders. That's my logic behind it. So, that's literally it.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Very unprofessional eating pizza, absolutely, and not bringing some for the rest of us.
Yeah, that's the bit that's.
I got it over here. Guys, it's right here. Just come get it. It's right here.
Oh, okay.
I got chicken wings.
Someone?
Street Profits. Because I just don't care about this match.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah.
It is messed up. I just don't care about this match. I do hear the Street Profits are going to have a good entrance, though, so I'm excited to see that.
Cool.
But I just
chat.
I just don't.
Want to put a
prediction in? Pass, would you like to put a prediction in for this?
Someone will win and 3 teams will lose.
That's also true.
Pick 1, 2, 3, or 4. I'll tell you who it is.
While we just wait for Pash to decide if he wants to put, he's got nothing. Yeah, I don't think Pash is a big wrestling fan. He's just here to pass some time. He said 8, so. I mean, he might go 1-0 with his 1 pick of Theory.
Here we go.
So you never know.
He may be.
What is our next match up on the board?
It's Seth v Logan. Do I just need to put Seth across the board for everybody because he's not dropping a Mania match for Logan Paul?
I wouldn't put Seth across the board.
Well, maybe not for Dennis's younglings because I have a feeling they're gonna pick the YouTube
Raiders doing
star.
damage. That's a Viking Raiders pick then.
Oh, nice. Nice. There's 2 Raider picks.
So,
and I'm a Chiefs fan, so I hate it.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I had this conversation with Dennis earlier. I don't see either one of them losing because it's another loss for Seth at a pay-per-view. It's another loss for Logan at a pay-per-view. I don't know. I'm going Seth wins this, but I'm not. I don't feel good about it. And Pasha's going Logan.
I'm on the exact same thought process as Domain here. Long term, who do I want to who would benefit better from the win? Seth. If Seth loses, where does he go from here?
Yeah,
He's had 3. Yeah, that I don't. But of the 2, Seth would be able to handle the loss better than Logan, since Logan is a part-timer.
So
you have that dichotomy. But I'm also picking Seth freaking Rollins. And surprisingly, so are the kiddos. They're going Seth freaking Rollins. They're going to be doing the what?
If Logan loses, it's nothing new. You're not wrong. But you just
the way I looked at it was, if Seth doesn't beat Logan clean, if Seth, one of the best in-ring talents, supposedly one of the best guys in WWE, the architect and everything else, doesn't beat Logan Paul clean, what does Seth do? Like, you can't then give him a storyline against a big name, which is what Seth needs. He needs to be either going for a title or in a story with a big name. You can't give Seth one of those things if he loses to Logan Paul at Mania, and you can't just put Seth in the mid card.
Right, but can you do that with Logan?
Yes, Logan's part-time. Logan, you can do whatever you want with Logan Paul for the pure reason of he doesn't have to be a wrestler to get a draw. You saw it when he went to Saudi Arabia with Roman Reigns. It was so big because it was Logan Paul, not because Logan Paul's great or Logan Paul could become a first-time champion or that. It was purely because Logan Paul is massive everywhere around the world. So that match became popular all around the world. If you put Logan Paul in a United States title against John Cena if Cena wins, it doesn't matter that John Cena's there. That storyline has traction and has popularity because Logan's there regardless of what he did on WrestleMania. And also, Logan's contract is up in like 4 days.
He just re-signed a 2-year extension today.
Oh, did he? I
Or
didn't see that he
out
signed
that
again.
He signed it today. He just came. It just came out that it was signed for 2 years.
I hadn't seen that. I just knew it was up. But yeah, if he's re-signed, I don't really think it changed anything. But you can't not have Seth win this clean.
Right.
Without killing Seth off, pretty much.
Right. Yeah. I just think it's one of those where it's like, okay, something. I think something fishy is going to happen during this match.
Oh,
what? I have no idea.
Do we maybe see Seth lose and then go back to basics and have maybe lose the Messiah?
Maybe.
Shit.
Maybe. I mean, you could have that happen.
Seth question where it's all gone wrong and go back to where it started and just
but I thought we
incredible.
did that already, where he kind of just did.
Because he did that with Triple H.
Well, he did that with Triple H. He did that when he had Buddy and Theory were his goons at the time. He kind of just had that blank stare look and did that. So, I mean, I'm with Seth on this, but it wouldn't surprise me either way. I mean, hell, you might see a Jake Paul tonight. Who knows? Or what? Yeah, tonight.
That's what's been rumored.
Please
don't. You know. So who knows? On to the next.
All right.
Dennis, do you want to kick this one off?
Yeah, so it will be the triple threat tag team match. The women's tag champions Becky Lynch and Lita with the addition of Trish Stratus versus Damage Control.
How does that make it a triple threat?
It doesn't. But yeah.
No, it doesn't. I lied.
It's just a six-woman tag match.
It's 6-woman tag. I lied.
Are the belts on the line for this?
No, they are not.
Okay.
I'm going with Becky, Lita, and Trish, as well as my kids. I don't see you bringing Lita and Trish back at a WrestleMania to make them lose.
Good choice. Green flag?
For the exact same reason of they've brought back. If it had just been Trish or just been Lita, I maybe would have said Damage Control. The fact it's both, I don't see them both losing their last. What I think is going to be their last mini match.
Okay. Do you both think that Trish and Lita can still go? In the ring.
Becky's going to carry the match.
I think they can. Yeah, I think they can go enough to do the bit part roles that are going to be needed.
All right, so
I believe that. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Go ahead.
I believe Bayley is safe enough to also carry Lita and Trish where they are not there anymore. I don't know if Dakota Kai and Io Sky could. So I think we'll see a lot of Bayley versus Trish, Bayley versus Lita, more than we would see like the other two.
Yes. I hadn't thought about that until you said it, but I do actually agree with that as a statement.
Okay. So I'm going Damage Control here.
Ooh, nice pick.
Because
that's the brain.
because you don't know what to believe dirt sheet wise. You don't.
Mm-hmm.
But I saw one theory, and I'm like, that's actually not bad. I saw, because then that's why I asked, do you think they can go? Where Trish turns on Lita and Becky, and it kind of starts a little bit of a Becky Trish program for a little bit. I don't know how that works. Yeah, I don't know how it works really.
For SummerSlam.
When she's that over. But I was like, well, that's the way I'm going to go with it. I like the turn of it. So you expect the unexpected, right? So I think we go with that. So that's why I'm going with Damage Control.
I'm saying Pasha's put Pam Paul, so I don't know if that's his prediction. She's not listed as involved, but who knows?
SummerSlam 23 is in Detroit, Michigan. So I was gonna see if it was in
Toronto.
Toronto, yeah. No, that's exactly what I was looking for. So
yeah.
Okay.
Yep, that's my prediction. What I'll go on the next one. What is the next one?
We have Ray v Dom.
Oh Jesus. Okay, I don't want to go on the next one.
I'm happy to go first, but
yeah,
you said you would. No, you said you would, so you go first.
Okay. I'm not putting a lot of thought into this one either. I think Dom wins this. I think Damian Priest is a big part of it. And I don't really have any other reasons for it. I don't... To me, it's a match that should have either been booked a month and a half ago, or just shouldn't have been booked at all. When they wait until a week before to actually book it. I mean, we kind of all saw it coming, but when they don't book it until then, I didn't like it, so I'm not too invested in it. I'm just going Dom with this one.
I have Dom, not because I'm not that bothered. I read a report earlier today when I was watching football, and it is apparently the WWE creative and execs and stuff have been massively impressed with Dom's heel run, and also the fact that he is improving technically within the ring. And they have openly stated that they see huge things. And also going back to what Dennis said, Ray sharing the ring with Dom. There's not a better moment for a dad to pass the torch, kind of thing. And that's the reason I have Dom. I think Ray passes the torch to Dom. I think this could well be the end of Rey Mysterio in WWE.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that.
That's fair. I'm going with Ray. And the reason I'm going with Rey Mysterio is because of what happened last night. The reformation of the Latino World Order.
I saw that.
I'm really excited about that. I'm not gonna lie. That was special for me growing up as again, I'm Mexican American. Only real representation was the Luchadors, and having their own faction was pretty freaking amazing. So nostalgia pick, Rey Mysterio. My kids are also picking Dominic Mysterio though, so I'm the only Rey on the board. It looks like.
Ooh, house divided. Ooh.
Oh, there's gonna be a couple more of these. Don't worry.
I like it. Dennis, how about we the next match? Ray and Charlotte. How about we take your kids' picks first?
Oh,
the kiddos for Rhea versus Charlotte, correct?
Yep.
They're going Charlotte Flair.
I like it.
They're going Charlotte Flair for the retain. I'm going Rhea Ripley for the win. I just think it's her time to have a run and quote-unquote conquer that mountain that is Charlotte.
I like it. Does that mean Rhea moves to SmackDown then?
Yes, it does.
And then does that mean that she's out of Judgment Day?
I believe Judgment Day moves to SmackDown.
Or you think the whole group goes?
I think the whole faction goes, yes.
Interesting.
And it just goes along with some of my other predictions that another faction will be off of SmackDown. I think you need a powerful faction to help carry the transition. I think Judgment Day would be that faction.
I like it. Okay.
I have typed mine in. I've gone Rhea, or Rhea. I also think it's just the right time to push her to the stars, and I think I don't think there's a better match to do it in than against Charlotte. I think the match is going to be incredible. Charlotte's obviously incredible in the ring.
Yeah.
So the match itself is going to be technically superb.
If this match is the second to the last match, it has the potential to be match of the night. If it follows the tag team championship match, I think it's going to be a downer just because the emotions are going to be so deflated. So I do believe for the effect they want, I think it has to go on before the finale.
Yes, right. I would also agree with that. However, I don't think Judgment Day go to SmackDown.
Really?
I don't think. This is more of a hope than anything else. Judgment Day are around after WrestleMania.
Ouch.
Interesting.
Okay. Interesting. Very.
So it's my pick. I'm going Rhea Ripley.
Yep.
Just because, same thing. I think it's her time to make a run. I think Charlotte's the perfect person to push her that way. Mm-hmm. And I think it's her time.
Yep.
Not much.
Do we need to talk about this last one?
We do.
Or do we just...
Am I just putting in...
we do need to talk about it because...
Ooh.
I haven't made my mind up 100%. I believe that there is, and I'm assuming you're talking about that you think it should be a clean sweep for one side or the other. I had this conversation with you earlier. I am going to go with Sami and KO, and I'm going to lock it in because I think it being the last match of Saturday night, you want a good feeling going into Sunday by the team. Yeah. Not that the Usos winning wouldn't be a good feeling for some people, but I think you send everybody home happy on Saturday night, and that's why I would go Sami and KO. But I can see a path for the Usos to continue and to be 600 days,
Yeah.
And go from there.
Yep.
It's just getting to the point where if Sami and KO lose this, then what do? I mean, like, you literally had KO go against Roman, he lost. You had Sami go against Roman, he lost. You have both going against the Usos, and if they lose, like then what? Like we're just spinning our wheels here. So
we are. No, you agree. No, I agree with what you're saying. I'm gonna steal the line from Cody Rhodes. Sami, finish the story. And I think, like I told you earlier, I really feel like WWE has done a great job of transitioning from our conversations in February was Sami Zayn should be headlining WrestleMania.
Right.
Fighting Roman for the championship. And they have done a beautiful job of switching but not transitioning to have that still be Cody, but still have Sami relevant. He's still part of that story.
Sami gets the Mania moment, but Cody gets the reason he came back.
Yeah, I'm picking Sami and KO as well. And for the number one reason is this: Kevin Owens put it best a couple weeks ago. Sami Zayn since last WrestleMania has been the MVP of the WWE, hands down, unanimous.
No question.
Give him the payoff. Give him the payoff. He absolutely has worked his butt off. He's earned it. This time last year, he was fighting Johnny freaking Knoxville. And he went fighting jackass to being the most relevant guy in WWE. Right. That man, give him his flowers.
I'm going to tell you this now. This storyline, this push in this WrestleMania only comes from the fact that Sami Zayn put on one of the matches of WrestleMania against the cast of Jackass.
Yeah.
He put on one of the matches of both, not even one night, both nights.
Right.
And it was against not even part-timers. It was against a bunch of pensioners that just hurt themselves for a living.
Against it wasn't part-timers, it was one-timers.
Yeah, it was against pensioners that hurt themselves for a living. Like, and he made a WrestleMania classic not just because it was funny, but because it was genuinely a good match.
Yeah,
he earned this push, like off that.
Right.
I also have Sami and KO. I think. I'm not saying they break up.
My kids have the Usos. They are the ones. My children literally are part of the bloodline. My children have chosen the Usos to win this match.
They're the ones.
They are the ones.
So I have gone with Sami and KO. Not for the fact that I think the bloodline are going to split up or anything like that, but I think it doesn't make sense for the bloodline to have a title and it not be with Roman Reigns. Is one of my main things. I also think Sami not needs, but deserves this payoff more than anybody at WrestleMania. I think he deserves a title at WrestleMania more than Cody Rhodes. I think Cody Rhodes is more of an emotional story kind of thing. I think Sami has just physically earned it.
Yep.
Put the time in.
If
put in the work,
a member of the bloodline was going to retain a title at Mania, for me it should be Roman Reigns, which I don't see happening. Spoiler alert for a later pick in my column. I don't see that happening. So I don't see the Usos retaining off the back of that either.
Fair enough.
That's night one, guys.
That's night one. I'm going to leave you. You guys can talk about your returns and stuff like that. I'm going for Pete.
We're not going to talk returns until we're done with all of our predictions.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll be back in 2 seconds.
Spoilers.
2 seconds. Dude, walk your hands.
Yeah, 4 seconds. So, what do we think the first match of tomorrow is? It looks like we have Brock Lesnar versus Omos.
From everything I've seen, Brock versus Omos, and then the women's tag showcase, then the triple threat match for the Intercontinental title, then the Raw women's title, Hell in a Cell, and then the main event.
Yeah. How unhappy do you think Brock is with his booking?
Extremely. Well, remember, he had that show where he walked out after that
Right.
Omos botch. He literally walked out.
Right.
So I don't think he's happy at all. But I also don't believe Triple H or this creative would put him in a position to make him look weak. Because look at the way he was booked with Bobby. He wasn't weak against Bobby at all.
Right.
But Brock, you're almost 50, buddy.
Right.
Like, yeah, you're still a beast. You're still this huge dude. But, dude, you're almost 50. You can't go for more than 7 minutes in a match.
Right. Especially in a hard match. You know, a Goldberg match, a Roman match, a Omos match. I mean, these aren't technical matches. Like, if you had, like, Seth Rollins, you can go a little bit longer because Seth can carry.
Which is why I'm glad he's not fighting Gunther.
Right.
Because I don't know, like, as much as I love Gunther right now, I don't think he's quite ready to help carry Brock for a 15-minute brutal match.
Right.
Because how is Brock going to respond when Gunther hits him with a real stiff one? You know, like...
Yeah. No, I agree. And so for this match, it's almost everything we just said with the John Cena and Theory match. Oh, you have a part-timer. Okay, that's Brock and Cena. You have the up-and-coming guy. Well, that's Omos and Theory. So don't you have to give it to Theory there? Don't you have to give it to Omos? I don't know. I see Cena doing the duty. I don't know if Brock will do that duty.
No, he absolutely would not. Brock would in the words of Triple H and Vince, Brock would not do with this opponent what is best for business.
Right.
So for that reason, I think Brock goes over.
Yeah, I'm taking Brock as well.
But here's the thing: of all the guys who can take a loss and still be unfazed by it, I think it's Omos. He's still a monster.
Right.
Is it a knock that you lost to Brock Lesnar? The Undertaker lost to Brock Lesnar. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like it's going to be a stain on Omos. It's just he was beaten by Brock Lesnar.
Right.
What I would have preferred, I'll be very honest with you, I would have went ahead and preferred that they finish the Bobby Brock story here. I would have rather Omos and Bray Wyatt have a promo together. That is how you book a big bad. A big bad versus the supernatural.
Right.
Now it's a level playing field. I think they missed completely with not booking Omos versus Bray, but hindsight's 2020. Omos is on Mania versus Brock versus he would have been out of it with Bray with the injury. So,
right.
I just think it could have been a better story. Omos versus Bray. And it could have been cinematic. It could have played to Omos's strengths as far as his weaknesses. you know what I mean?
Right.
So I'm sorry. I just feel like that would have been a better option. So, but I'm going Brock here.
Yeah, I just don't like watching Brock the last
2 years?
No, the last couple weeks I was going to say. He seems
gotcha.
He seems weak the last 2 weeks against Omos. Like he's cowering and outside the ring and stuff like that. I don't like that.
The image, yeah.
Yeah. So for that I'm going with Brock. It looks like Greenfly has made his pick as well.
I have also gone with Brock, and I think it is.
Oh yeah, my kids have also gone Brock.
I think it's a demolition. I think it lasts less than 7 minutes.
Oh, it's going to have to last less than 7 minutes. Either one of them can go longer than that.
I think Brock just demolishes Omos mainly because Brock can't go long enough to carry a match, and Omos isn't capable of carrying a match. Omos is. I mean, he's getting better, but in my opinion, he's still a liability in the ring.
Right.
Yep.
And I think I heard Doman as I was coming back say that I don't see Brock putting Omos over at WrestleMania.
Yeah, I don't see that.
Not at all. I agree. Moving on.
Johnny Knoxville's at WrestleMania. That's funny. He's got a Sami Zayn shirt on.
That's awesome. Women's Tag Team Showcase. Oh, I'm sorry.
I'd like to go first.
Again, just for the sake of chat, before we do, it is Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez versus Natalya and Shotzi versus Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler versus Sonya Deville and Chelsea Green.
Mm-hmm. All right, I'd like to go first on this one.
You fill your boots, sir.
Yeah, Natalya and Shotzi. Next.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
I just literally just picked a team. I almost have as much interest in this one that I have in the men's one. Like
fair enough.
0. Like that's about as long as I wanted to think about that one. Nothing against any of the competitors, but that's...
Understood. I have more interest in this one because it feels like the winner of this is actually going to get a tag team title shot versus the other showcase. Just like, oh, here's a tag match we're throwing together. So for that reason, I'm going Ronda and Shayna because I believe Ronda and Shayna should be the ones to dethrone Becky and Lita.
Is Ronda healthy?
Yes, Ronda will be there.
Okay.
That's my kid's pick too. Ronda and Shayna.
I also have Ronda and Shayna, but for the same reason Doman has Nat and Shotzi, I picked a team. And
you just pick a team, you just kind of let it go. Like
that's it. If they win, cool, I get a point. If they don't, I don't care.
Right.
And just like everyone will do after that match, moving on.
Moving on.
Yeah, I could not care. I like the concept of the matches, as in like a big showcase match.
I don't.
But I do.
Really?
But the title has to be on the line in both. Otherwise, they're pointless.
I agree to half of that. I don't mind it if the winner gets a title match. Like, that's not even been discussed. It's just literally just a showcase. Like, there's no title match. There's no anything. Like, I just don't like the concept of it. Literally, you're just throwing tag teams together because you don't have a story for any of them, and there's no other.
It's just a time filler. That's all this is at this point.
Yep.
I don't think Chat are gonna win, by the way.
Yeah.
No, it's okay. Next one, the Intercontinental Championship. Drew McIntyre versus Sheamus versus Gunther. This is going to be a good match, guys. I'm excited.
Oh yeah, this is going to probably steal the night.
Good. I'm going Sheamus. Sheamus becomes a Grand Slam champion at WrestleMania, and I think he does it by pinning Drew.
Ooh.
Because then you keep Gunther clean, but he can then move on. But I got Sheamus. My kids have got Drew McIntyre.
Oh.
I'm beginning to see a little bit of a similarity here. I have Sheamus again because of the Grand Slam stuff. However, I think he pins Gunther, and I think I don't think the ref gives Sheamus the belt. I think Drew does, and I think that's the WrestleMania moment that they get as friends.
That's really cool. I like that.
Away from the storyline, I think that's their WrestleMania moment. Sheamus becomes the Grand Slam title champion, and Drew is the one that presents the belt as his best friend.
I really like that. I like that twist to it. Very a la Eddie Guerrero with He Who Must Not Be Named.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Well, we can name.
What you got,
right?
Bill, man?
I'm going Gunther here.
To retain? Ooh,
yeah.
Nice. I think this person we're all split on. Nice.
Yeah, I think this is a typical Sheamus and Drew want the same thing, and they start fighting each other, and might be a little bit of a rift there, and Gunther takes advantage of that.
That's fair.
See, part of my thing was the other way. I think Sheamus and Drew, we're going to see a lot of them in tandem.
You're going to see them in tandem, but I mean, at the end of the day, they're going to,
they're still going to be individual.
This is a singles title, so it's all everybody's for themselves. So I think that's where that comes in at.
I will say this: I won't be upset with any three of them winning. I think this is a very well done story, and I think it's going to be a really good match. Whoever wins, we're all winning. No, there's going to be no losers.
It is a win-win-win situation. There's not a bad outcome.
Right.
As if Drew costs Sheamus, you get a Sheamus Drew. If Sheamus costs Drew, you get a Sheamus Drew. If Gunther retains, you have a very good champion, and if either of the other two win, you have the feel-good moment and a good champion as well. So,
I like that.
I like it.
All right. Can I go last on this next one, please?
Yeah, absolutely.
We'll start with the younglings.
My daughter's favorite wrestler is Bianca Belair. Absolutely loves her. She believes that she kind of resembles her mom, which is kind of true. They're built very similarly. But the fact that she can see someone like her mom as a wrestler, it just does her heart very well. So my children have decided to go with Bianca Belair retaining
It's
the Raw
a
Women's Championship.
fair reason for a child to pick an outcome.
Absolutely.
I like it. So I'm going with Asuka on this one.
Ooh.
I think the dark turn at Rumble. I think it's time for her to have the belt again and to be chased. So that's the reason that I'm going with Asuka.
I like it. I like that reasoning.
Mm-hmm.
Green flag.
I have also gone Asuka, because, but kind of similar to Doman, I think she's the most prized possession women's fighter on that roster at the moment. I think the timing makes sense. I like the way Doman put she could be chased. I think she would bring a lot of positive thoughts towards that title again, which I'm not saying Bianca didn't, but obviously a good thing can only be a good thing for so long. I just think Asuka's the person to take that forward, and I can also see Belair being the person to win it back next, kind of thing. I think them two the people that are going to be in that storyline for a long time.
Fair enough.
Dennis.
This is kind of cheating, I'm not going to lie. I got this ending in a draw. Whether it's a double countout or disqualification. So technically Bianca retains. But I don't think Asuka can take a loss here because of her new character. If you followed New Japan, this was basically the character that set it off, started her undefeated streak. But Bianca Belair, it doesn't feel right for her to lose the title right now. She's white hot. Every match she's in, she carries, and it's a must watch. I don't think I got a draw. I know it's a cheating way out. Bianca retains, so put down Bianca as my pick, but I think it ends in a draw or a DQ.
All right, I like it.
No, I've put down no contest. I think that's a fair prediction. If you don't think there's going to be an out-and-out winner, I think no contest is a fair shout. However, what you said about Belair being too hot, I think that's kind of part of the reason she drops it. She won't lose any heat if she drops a title, because she can just back through as I'll get it back.
As the contender, yeah. I got you.
Whereas if Asuka doesn't win it, that transition kind of loses a lot of the momentum it's picked up.
Right.
Sure. I'm just thinking protecting the character, right? This version of Asuka. If it wasn't this version of Asuka, I would straight up pick Bianca, right?
Yeah,
but because if it's this version of Asuka, I don't know. I just don't feel like either could take a loss. So that's I'm literally torn. But that's why I say draw and Bianca retains.
Yeah, I personally think Bianca can take a loss and it not do too much. And I don't think it'll do much damage at all, let alone too much damage.
Of the two, I would say this, because of the draw, I would prefer to see an Asuka heel turn.
I mean, isn't she kind of on that side, being the dark Asuka?
It's like the anti-hero. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's kind of it's what they wanted Becky to be when she was the man, but she was just pushed to the crowd wanted her pushed to the moon. So it's like the anti-hero type, not full on heel, but like teetering. But yes, I agree. I think this character is the perfect heel, Asuka. That, and maybe because of the draw or she causes the DQ, she just snaps, right? Like that's where I think that would come in. But yeah, it's a very intriguing match. I will say that, very intriguing match. Speaking of intriguing matches,
which
my children will not. Cherry. Which my children will not be watching this next match. Hell in a Cell, Edge versus the Demon Finn Balor. I'll go first.
I was going to kick us off. I don't think I've actually kicked us off yet.
Oh, go ahead. Kick us off.
Other than for John Cena, because that was a given. I'm going Edge. Similar to the Lita and Trish thing, I think there is a good chance that with age as well as fitness and stuff like that, there's a good chance this could be Edge's last WrestleMania. I'd like to see him have a couple more, but it's
realistically,
yeah, realistically, it's maybe one at a push. I don't see Edge losing his final WrestleMania. I also agree with Doorman about the entrance and everyone that's there. And I think Finn Balor can hold a loss and not do too much
Especially
wrong.
against
I
Edge.
think he gets
Especially against Edge, yeah.
But the big reason is, and I touched on it, and I said it was a spoiler for earlier, a spoiler for later when I said it about the Rhea Ripley. I think Rhea wins. I think Dom wins. However, I think Finn loses, and Rhea realizes she doesn't need the Judgment Day to be a champion. Rhea goes to SmackDown, and Dom and Finn same thing, but the Judgment Day disbands. There's no Mammy anymore. And I think Finn gets a good solo push at one of the mid-card titles, and then hopefully, because he's fucking excellent, gets a push to be sort of main card. Not necessarily win one, but at least be in the title picture every now and again, because, again, Finn is excellent.
Excellent.
Okay. I'm going Finn Balor. I think Edge puts Finn Balor over in the Hell in a Cell.
I did very much. I did toy with the idea.
Also because of the Demon. Now I know the Demon lost to Roman. I can't see this character losing 2 times in a row. So I'm going Finn Balor, and the younglings are going.
As a question, if the Demon wins, does the Demon come back as a every pay-per-view thing?
No,
I don't think so.
No,
he
channels that. He
special
channels
occasion.
that when he needs it. Is basically that's the storyline there.
Right.
Yeah.
My kids are gonna get their Edge back, and I do mean Adam Copeland, so they're gonna go Edge.
I like it.
You're man.
I'm going Edge. I think he has the best entrance. I think. I think Damian Priest tries to interfere.
Shenanigans.
But I think you're gonna have that staved off by Christian and Gangrel. So
nice.
And then
do you think they'll let Christian throw a punch when he's under contract with another company?
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
I think that's part of it. They're basically loaning him for one day.
Yeah. Okay. So the forbidden door is open? Is that what you're telling me?
No, I don't know about forbidden door, but
I also think I'm going to be honest that I hadn't thought about Christian and the fact that he's employed somewhere else in my pick of Edge, but that could also possibly help the Finn Balor loss story. You need outside help, not you need help from a friend. You need outside help.
Right. Yeah, I just think it's
That's nice.
This isn't the first time. I mean, it was.
There, you know what? You're right. Mickey James, the TNA Knockouts champion,
not
for the
just
Royal
that,
Rumble.
but TNA was it? I'm trying to figure out which way it went. It went. Christian was under TNA contract, and WWE put him in the Hall of Fame. So, so it's happened before.
There's been a respect thing with that specific person. I got you.
Yeah. So.
I also.
That makes sense.
I don't think you can put the WrestleMania, the WWE Hall of Fame as a thing because, as we said, he's throwing a punch. He didn't. Did he throw a punch at his Hall of Fame induction?
Not that I know of.
I was gonna say I can't remember there being one, but I might have been wrong.
And it's not necessarily that he's getting involved. It's just distraction or running the other guy back to the locker room. It's that.
The intimidation factor.
I
know.
I think it hits punches. I can't think of the fucking name of the finisher.
Kill switch.
Unprettier.
Kill switch. I think it hits a kill switch.
Yeah, I don't think he does a move like that. I don't think they come in and do a concerto or anything like that. I think it's just basically just running interference.
I know. I want a Christian kill switch.
You
Nice.
get a concerto before you got a kill switch.
Nope.
Ooh, concerto.
Nope.
All right.
We are on to the last scheduled match of the evening.
Is it that time, guys?
I will. Do we need to speak? I'm filling them in.
We do need to speak.
We do need to speak. We do need to speak.
We do need to speak, but I'll let you.
We do need to speak.
Two or three of you to go first.
Perfect.
I'll go last on this one.
Perfect. I'll go first. My children will go first. Let me say that. The number one thing that got my children really, really interested in wrestling was Roman Reigns and the Bloodline. My youngest son and I have an extremely awesome bond because of that. And he has made it very clear that who he wants to win tonight is the tribal chief. The head of the table, Roman Reigns.
If I have to change another answer, I'm disappointed. That's all I'm saying.
My pick. Roman Reigns is almost at 1,000 days. He's about to pass the longest reigning champion in wrestling history. But I'm going with the guy to finish the story. Adrenaline in my soul, something,
Cody Rhodes.
I'm going Cody Rhodes, baby. Cody Rhodes. I have two ideal finishes that I will also, if you will give me 2 minutes, I will go through those quickly.
Absolutely.
The first finish.
Let's get the other predictions out of the way, and then we'll do your finishes, and then your returns.
Gosh darn you.
Wow.
Fine.
Have a structure, Dennis.
It's part
I'm
of the
also going
prediction.
Cody Rhodes. It's not
part of the prediction.
Because it's not a prediction, it's a hope, and it's a different thing. Doman?
Oh, we're gonna go semantics here. No, Doman's going last.
Yeah.
Oh, you already picked. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he went
Yeah,
Cody.
I'm going Cody.
I'd like to
if we don't
yield
do
to
Cody,
the.
though.
I'd like to yield to the man from the dentist for his the finishers at this point.
No, he waits.
All right, perfect. I love it.
He waits 45 seconds.
So, here's what the first finish that I think, this is the ideal one that I think happens. The Usos come down. Solo Sikoa comes down to help Roman Reigns. There's a ref bump. Here they come. The new tag team champions come. And they fight off the Usos. They fight off Solo. Jay gets away. Cody has Roman ready for his finisher. Jay and Cody hit eye to eye, and Jay does not come in the ring. Cody hits his finisher. 1, 2, 3. Cody Rhodes is the new champion. The second one, which is a little less unrealistic, but that forbidden door is now wide open, is Usos come down. Here comes KO and Sammy. They're fighting each other. Solo comes down, and it's an uneven 3 versus 2. Oh, my God, what happens? What do we hear? Where are we, ladies and gentlemen? We're in Hollywood. And the gold lights flash. And there he is, the brother of Cody Rhodes, Goldust. Takes out Solo on the apron, yelling at Cody. Finish the story. 1, 2, 3.
That is not where I thought you were going.
I thought he was going with The Rock.
Yeah.
I thought he was going with The Rock there.
The Rock comes down and says, I thought you were going to go
lost all hope in Dwayne. He's no longer The Rock. He is Dwayne.
Damn it, Dwayne.
I have Cody, because if Cody doesn't win, the past 12 months is pointless. Like, it is pointless. Right. He has to win it at WrestleMania. Otherwise, I've wasted a year of my life being invested in a storyline that didn't matter. However, speaking of finishes, I like Dennis's first one. First one I think is excellent.
I think that's the way it goes. I really do. I think
However,
it's Jay has a chance to help, and he doesn't.
If we're speaking, the forbidden door has been opened.
Oh, damn it.
I don't know the contract situation of a very specific person.
If we were in Chicago, then yes.
I'm not talking about that man.
Oh Lord, not again. Who are we talking about?
Let's just say that the Usos may be done with the bloodline at this point of WrestleMania. They may be done with the bloodline. However, Roman Reigns does have two other brothers. One of them is in the building. We know that.
Wait, who?
Wait, are you talking about the other Uso? Solo?
No. I'm talking
What's
about
his name?
Sierra Hotel, India, Echo, Lima, Delta.
Oh my
Lord.
God.
I don't care.
Good
It's not happening.
Lord. Jesus.
This is fantasy
I
booking.
thought we were talking real stuff here.
This is fantasy booking at this point.
You can get Christian to come out for an entrance. You're not getting Dean Ambrose to come over.
Yeah. I said I don't know his contract. Shit.
Oh,
If he's under contract, it's not happening.
It's not today.
So here's the deal. Here's the deal with Moxley. All last summer, he fought without a contract for AEW. But as of December, he is signed with AEW through 2025.
Fair enough. Then he is. It was a fantasy booking.
But no, you up until December, you could have been absolutely right.
Even in my wildest dreams, I don't see it being a reality. But it's fantasy booking at this point, and yeah,
that's fair.
I think the first one Denny said is a very good way of going. If that happens, I'm very happy.
Yep.
Yeah, I would.
We
agree
have
with that.
we have gotten to the point in our show, ladies and gentlemen, where we are down to the last prediction.
Mm-hmm.
Doman 247. Sir, I will mute myself. The floor is yours.
The floor is mine. There's a lot of pressure here. But for the Universal Undisputed SmackDown Raw 24/7 7-Eleven Championship of the World, Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes, I also have and will acknowledge still your champion, Roman Reigns, walks out of WrestleMania as the champion. He will be the champion. He will make it to 1,000 days. I think that is a huge deal right now for him to make it to 1,000 days. Now, after that, I have no idea. But I think he wins this match. I think he wins the match with help, but not necessarily dirty. I don't think it's, I don't think there's a lot of outside interference to touching Cody Rhodes, but I think there's distractions. But I think Cody does not win this match because I think the 1,000 days is more important than giving the belt to Cody at this time. And I also believe that there is the brand split that it will be coming pretty soon, and they're going to be splitting the belts. And I think there's nothing better than to have Roman keep the belts until they're split. And that is my prediction. That is my spoiler alert. And that is the way that I see it happening. I'm not happy with it because I would have thought that this was a Sami Zayn on night 1, Cody Rhodes on night 2. I would have thought this was Cody Rhodes on night 1, The Rock on night 2. Then I would say that Roman would have lost both. But since that's not the way that's working, I am going with Roman winning the championship and retaining. You can unmute now.
Oh. Wow.
I'm not sure I want to unmute.
I mean,
what you're telling me, Dorman, is you think I have wasted a year of my life getting. You saw this time last year.
I think
we did WrestleMania predictions, and I got child in a toy store excited that Cody Rhodes was coming back, like to a point where we did predictions and it was Seth Rollins versus mystery guest, and I said Cody Rhodes is winning this match.
Right. I think that you wasted 4 matches.
Nope.
I don't think you wasted a year. I think you wasted 4 matches. I think maybe if he doesn't get hurt, maybe he takes the belt off of Roman at Rumble.
Nope.
Or something like that. I think you wasted 3 matches against Seth, and then you wasted the Royal Rumble match. Nope. Because you got to remember, he wasn't here the whole year.
Yeah, but it was here he's been here since the Rumble, which has been a storyline, and I've wasted that time.
You have wasted that time.
This is a joke, though, man.
It is. It's not just a prediction.
I'm going to be completely honest with you. Your reasoning makes sense.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Yeah. Oh, I don't like it. There's a lot of things I don't like about this entire 2 nights of WrestleMania. I don't like that Omos has a match at WrestleMania, and there's several people that don't. I don't like a lot of things, but I just think that's the way that it's going to play out.
Also, before we go on to possible returns and stuff, we have 15 minutes left. I have a quick question. I didn't catch Stand and Deliver this afternoon. For me, did Johnny Wrestling win?
Yes.
He did. And I went back and rewatched the match. Oh my God. That match was a WrestleMania worthy match. They could have done that match on WrestleMania and tore the house down.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I'll be watching that tomorrow. I missed. I was playing cricket.
Must watch.
I was stood in the field for a little bit.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Yeah. That was one of the matches at Stand and Deliver.
Grayson. I knew Johnny Wrestling had it in him. Grayson Waller. Oh, that dude is legit.
I like.
He is a legit professional wrestler. That dude is no joke.
So we do have 15 minutes. I don't want to move us along here, but definitely watch that match. One more result before we look at returns.
We do.
We don't have a Bobby Lashley who has an open challenge for either tonight or tomorrow. I'd like to address that for a moment.
Address it. Okay. Talk about it.
So, obviously, there was supposed to be a Bray Wyatt versus Bobby program. Bray was hurt. He possibly could have been cleared yesterday. They were going to try it out and stuff like that. Don't know the results of that. But I believe that answering the challenge. Now, I'll actually give a winner here then, too. Answering the challenge. I think there's going to be a match. There'll be a match, and I think it'll be on night 2, because it looks like there's one match short on night 2. Answering the Bobby Lashley challenge and being victorious in that match will be none other than Uncle Howdy.
I have stood with my thumbs in the air. Time to believe.
I like that, but I have a different pick.
Okay.
I'm going to do the title.
Bobby Lashley, same thing. Open challenge. This man was so over on SmackDown that when he was eliminated from the Andre the Giant Battle Royal, the crowd literally turned on every face left in that ring. You can't have a WrestleMania in Los Angeles without L.A. Knight. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Let me talk to you.
Let me talk to you.
And does he win?
I'm going LA Knight. And not only does he not win,
Ooh.
he taps out to the Hurt Lock. Bobby leaves. He's in the ring. He's mad. He's going off. Let me talk to you. Yeah. Stone Cold. And we have a what versus a yeah. And LA Knight gets a stunner. That's what I think happens. LA Knight loses and then gets stunned by Stone Cold in a what versus yeah battle.
I like it. I like it.
It was nuts. He was so freaking over in the battle royal. I couldn't believe it. He was so over.
Right.
Literally, there were 3 guys left: Bobby Lashley, Braun Strowman, and Bronson Reed. LA Knight gets eliminated by Bronson Reed, and literally the whole crowd turns and they boo for the rest of the match. It's insane.
Right. No, that's pretty good. Wait for a green flag.
But I would really love it. Oh. I would really love it to be Bray Wyatt, though. Like, legit Bray Wyatt.
I have just put on the WWE Network, ready to watch WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm.
And
you still got? Oh, you don't have the cock out there?
I have a legal TV at this point, man. I can watch what I want.
He didn't admit that on live stream, though. He was kidding.
He did not.
Funny, haha.
It's a great joke. It's a great joke. I pay my $9.99 a month for the WWE Network. I will watch it on the WWE Network.
Oh, okay, good.
But it's running like some of the best matches from previous Manias, and when we were talking about Edge versus Finn, it was Edge and Christian. It was Edge versus Alberto Del Rio for the title, and Christian was at ringside. Now I'm watching Rey Mysterio walk out as Captain America.
Oh, nice.
It would have been Captain Mexico, but okay.
No, it's definitely Captain America. He's got the red, white, and green.
Well, listen. Spoiler alert, Captain America's dead in the Marvel Universe. But
blue,
yes, I know it's red, white, and blue.
But you do know what comes next, right?
No.
What happens after WrestleMania?
The Monday night after.
I go to work.
Where the crowd is crazy.
This is the segment. We talk briefly about who are your Raw after Mania returns or call-ups. I'll go first.
Okay.
I've got 5.
I don't have any, so...
I got Braun Breaker being called up and accepting the open challenge from either Cena or Theory and winning.
Mm-hmm.
Or I have the return of Matt Cardona, a.k.a. Zack Ryder.
Woo, woo, woo.
I also have a returning AJ Styles. And, no, man, I took away the or. I also want Randy Orton back.
Ooh.
And lastly, this is actually not a Raw after Mania return. I think he comes back tonight. Pat McAfee returns to commentary for night 1 and night 2 of WrestleMania.
I heard a lot of talk that Randy Orton could return night 1 or night 2. I'm not sure where on the card he returns, but...
Could he return after Roman Reigns retains? And then you hear... Isn't that what I just saw on that TikTok that you guys just somebody posted?
I did send that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure did.
So for my returns, obviously we're going kind of back to Royal Rumble, where we thought the Royal Rumble people were going to come back. They didn't. I just have a couple. I mean, just off the top of my head, Zack Ryder answers the U.S. Open Challenge by Austin Theory on Monday night.
Yeah.
And then, oh shoot, I probably should have wrote this down. Or on Monday night during the U.S. Open Championship, Open title, whatever, we get Bro, RK Bro. We get Matt Riddle back.
I love it.
So those are my two, and I put them both into the U.S. title hunt.
Could we get the men's tag team showcase night 1 tonight? The winners are standing in the ring victorious. No one gives a toss. However, we hear RK Bros music hit. They come down and attack him, and everyone loves it, and it makes the men's showcase worthy.
I would really love that. A la the Hardy Boys at 33. That would be special. You might be onto something there. I don't give you credit for a lot of things, Green Fly, but
I know. I've noticed.
Yeah, I mean,
I didn't put it down on the list, but would we like me to put down the Lashley versus Mystery Opponent match to prediction with us not knowing who it is?
Yeah, you can put it down if you want. If you have a prediction for it.
I don't. Well, I do. I'm going to go Lashley regardless.
Yeah. So Dennis went Lashley over LA Knight.
Mm-hmm.
I went Uncle Howdy over Lashley.
Mm-hmm.
And then
that is a good pick. I like it. I like the Uncle Howdy pick. I will be honest. I do like it because it continues a storyline.
Right.
I do. I like it.
So we only got a couple minutes before we sign off here. Any last thoughts? Any last predictions? Any last hopes?
Dean Ambrose comes back.
Any last realistic hopes?
No.
I hope Sammy and Cody finish their story.
Yeah.
I think it'll be good. I think it would be good.
I also hope Doman is wrong on his final prediction, because if I have wasted 12 months of my life getting invested in a storyline that is supposed to culminate at the biggest event of the year, and I get screwed, I'm not going to be happy.
Yep. Dennis, I know we got 5 minutes. Get everybody sent home and get ready for WrestleMania 39.
I guess if I don't talk when I'm muted, that helps too. Sorry.
I'm like, all right, well, I see how it is.
That's podcast 101. Unmute first.
Exactly. Everybody who's listened and will listen to this back, thank you so much for taking the time out to listen to us ramble, rant, rave, still talk about the stuff that we find interesting. Thank you so much. Thank you for our live listeners. We truly appreciate you. Everyone who participated in the chat, everyone who listened worldwide. Please be safe, be smart, don't drink and drive. Have a wonderful WrestleMania weekend. I am Dennis. My best friends in the world, Doman247, Greenfly __98. Wish you a very happy and safe WrestleMania weekend.
He's too cute.
He too cute.
Love you guys. Love chat. Enjoy your weekend.
I'd rather be too sweet.
Finally, The Rock has come back to...
Still talking?